we came from it, because not everyone has come from it. Some people still operate in that standard. It's just a lot more difficult to operate at such high functionality in regards to what's important when we're projecting something else as what the
Well,
standard is.
well
I have to mute for a second.
there's like actually like 3 or 4 different camps in the belief of aliens, right? Like,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I didn't know there was so many, or how many in particular. My knowledge again comes from more experience and just actually talking to these beings and talking to these creatures and talking to other beings. And I'm not one to run to social media as soon as something amazing happens to me. I'm not going to like put my homie the Pleiadian. I'm not saying that this is true. I'm not going to put him on. Hey, look, I want you to get on my YouTube real quick so I
well,
can get up my life.
no, I
No.
mean like people that believe in it. Like, there's like 3 or 4 different takes on it. Like, you've got the Palladians, like you said, and there's a lot of people that believe that they're about loving humans and taking care of them and stuff like that. Then you've got people who just downright believe they're evil and they want to
Yeah.
take over the earth. Then you've got people who believe that freaking they've already been here for thousands of years and they're not trying to take us over or destroy us or show us love. They're just trying to kind of like
Have you seen Men in Black?
they're kind of
Have
like
you seen the
trying to
movie
guide.
Men in
Yeah,
Black?
I've seen it, but I'm saying they're trying to guide us in the right direction and like stuff like that. But there's like at least 4 of them is all I'm saying. Like, not everybody that believes in
No,
aliens.
it's not just because you said someone believes, there's a group that believes they've been here. I say imagine them just being in human form. That's why I was reading it to Men in Black. How they would come and they would turn. I mean, they would just be able to turn into human, and you didn't know that you were dealing with an alien. Well, I mean, some
Yeah,
people knew,
well,
but you
they're
know what I mean, like that type
yeah.
of thing. Could you imagine something, or do you fathom something like that being what happens, or
That
possible? How do you feel about that type of situation?
that actually goes across the spectrum. I wouldn't say all of them, but pretty much all of them believe that there are aliens that are on Earth that can actually disguise themselves to where they look like us. And David Icke, we were talking about him before, and that was one of the examples. When he first started out, David Icke was actually a football player, according to like over in England, which here in the United States it'd be a soccer player. He was an athlete, and he turned journalist, and just out of the blue, one day he's sitting there and he said that he was God. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden he got a lot of controversy over that, and he began to talk about how he was or how reptilians were here on Earth, and that he had seen them, and that created a stir too. You know what I mean? So um, in that aspect, there are people who've been talking about that, but he wasn't nice about the whole reptilian thing. Like, he believes that the Queen of England, or the one, what's her name? She's the one that just passed away.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth.
He
She was
believed
a reptilian.
he believed 100% she was a reptilian, and he
There are a
tried.
lot of reptilians. She's not the only one, and she was not the only one, and she's still here. She's not dead. But okay. So when you're talking about people having a disconnection about like the God complex, quote unquote, but like saying that you're God, like if you watch and if you read and you do researches, like we are, and like not
Well, I
just
mean,
me, not you
I'm
know what I
not
mean?
saying that I have. I'm saying that's what happened with him.
Why people disconnected from him? Yeah, because he was telling the truth. Right? Absolutely.
He just
hmm
out of nowhere, it just came out, and
What did he say his reasons were? Like, where did he say he experienced for him to have these type of revelations? Excuse me.
well, I mean, I heard there's video footage of when it happened, but I'm not sure. I haven't been able to find it yet.
Okay.
But I heard that he was on stage whenever he was doing his announcements when he said it. He just blurted it out, but I've yet to find it, so I don't know exactly when that happened. So, but the queen.
What do you think intimidates people most about? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go
I
ahead.
was going to ask you, what do you feel as though intimidates people most about the concept of them being in complete control or complete power, or as he said, God? Like, what do you feel as though would make someone feel that uncomfortable about this type of concept?
Well, because people are trying to get rid of the concept of God, first of all. Okay? Like, there's a large group of people in this world today that just do not feel that our generation or our generation in this day and time, that they don't feel that it's necessary to worship anything. You know what I'm saying? That we've pretty much decided that God doesn't exist, and so we need to just get rid of that. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying I agree with that at all. I'm not. That's not even
No,
close.
no, no. I'm listening to you. You're just no.
But there
This is just
are,
information. I'm not.
you know.
This is not your. Yeah, we're just having a normal
No, I
conversation.
mean,
This isn't a. Oh, you're a God non-believer or anything. No, 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 no. I get that.
but
I was just wondering what you
there
feel.
are there are people out there that are doing that, and um, that's another thing that a
Well,
lot
that's
of.
been forever.
I mean, no, it's like they're trying to say that it's freaking. I mean, you teaching your kids about God is like child abuse, according to some of them. You know what I mean? What's his
And
name?
now I've heard that as well. And making them go to church is yeah. They I saw memes about kids going to church being child abuse. Like I'm not big on church at all because that is propaganda. That is definitely religion has been monetized. Like I said before, you learn a lot about it with that Ring of Power movie when you're talking about the Vatican being in control of religion, and then the England being in control of the money, and then us being in control of the military. So well, the United States. But what I'm saying is, I understand that the propaganda is there definitely, but to have disbelief in a power outside of yourself, I always ask people to supply their own oxygen. Would they're not to use anything, they're not able to use anything. Like no, do not use any supplies or anything that has come from God or a source or universe or the sustainability that was before them. Only from within self. So they have to supply their own supply of oxygen, their own type of food. And if they can grow this out of their butt crack, I say that, but I know that's just extreme.
See
If
that
they can, then by all means, I'll believe there's no higher power.
that
But until someone
gets
starts
what
growing a cherry tree from,
but see, that's what it kind of gets what I was talking to you about yesterday, okay? And it's like you just said that, okay? And it's like I said, you plant the seed, but you don't have any power over freaking that 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 tree. I mean, you can't make it grow straight and long. You know what I mean? You can't stop a tree from freaking slanting to the side. You can't make sure that it freaking grows 100% perfect. There's just no way. You don't have that kind of control. Okay? As a matter of fact, humans think that they have so much control that it's ridiculous because in reality, we don't have that much control. Um, I was having an argument with, what's his name? I keep calling him the Mexican, but he was on chat and he kept arguing with me about this fact, you know, and all I was trying to say is on a physical level, our bodies are not the most superior freaking bodies out of all the animals on the planet. You know what I'm saying? They're like animals have freaking amazing bodies, just the structures of their body, you know, and he took it from that level all the way up to God's creation. We're the chosen ones. You know what I mean? That still doesn't come up with the
but
fact
see, that's why we
that
eat
you,
meat.
but on a physical level with no tools, no intellect, nothing, okay? Our bodies are not set up as perfect as what a lot of these other creatures are. You know, there's animals that can run faster than us. There's animals that can freaking hunt better than us. There's animals that, you just don't want to meet out in the woods by yourself. You know what I mean? Like I
Well,
think,
that was before we dimmed our mind, before
you
we
know.
became our third eye became so calcified. Like nowadays, I can agree with you for how it is, but it's not something that we're unable to achieve again. It's not completely out of reach anymore.
No,
So
it's
I can
not.
also understand on the spectrum
Well,
of
look at
still
it.
believing it.
Look at it this way, okay? All you got to do is watch maybe a month of Naked and Afraid, and
I've seen that. That show is so
okay,
funny. Those people are so. I mean, I don't want to say because they're going out there. Like I feel like when you mess with Source for the wrong purpose, first of all, you're
just
basically doing it for
just
money.
go out in the woods and get butt naked and try to survive.
Mhm.
That's all you got to do,
That
man.
just sounds like a Saturday night to me, but I feel you.
No, I mean out in the wild and survive. I don't know for sure how long they stay
Oh my
out there.
goodness.
I've never actually seen any of them finish the competitions, to be honest with you. But
No, I don't know anyone that has, but I don't watch that. I've watched like a few episodes. I don't watch TV.
my sister
I watch
likes
it.
to
I
watch
watch
that
TV
show.
strategically. Like I have to look for stuff.
But and for
And we're
me,
talking about this, and then I received an email from the Illuminati saying they want to pay me $1 million a week. That's amazing. The first benefit amount is $1 million. It's so funny. I'm talking to you, and the Illuminati is attempting to recruit me. Anyway,
oh, you've already been
it's
recruited.
just spam.
You
You
know
said you
that,
thought I've
right?
been recruited?
You already know that, right? Like, you know what that. Have you graduated from high school?
There we go. Right? Yeah, I did
You
actually.
know that
For
ritual
sure.
they made you go through when you got up there on or when you had to go and sit down. I don't know if you got up on the stand to take your diploma or not, but
I don't even like what did we do for our graduation? It was just so where I graduated from. Like I was in New
did
Jersey,
they
like
make you
Glassville
like
High. Like
walk down the aisle and everything in a certain way and wear that funny little hat?
yeah, the hat thingy. Yeah.
You got recruited. The moment you were involved in all that stuff, you became a part of the old boys club right there. That's where all that stuff started, man. It started from the Rosicrucians. So, I mean, well, there's no really evidence that the Illuminati was like as big
You
as
are
what they
welcome to the
said,
Illuminati Brotherhood family.
but
This is funny.
but
I'm just reading this. It's just like, yeah, okay. And I mean, well, I have the Nuevo Tech book. I am not, this is not the first attempt of recruiting, but to be fair, when the book was sent, it was sent to my now ex-husband, but he was incarcerated. And the dates on it was the time that he would remain incarcerated. So it was pretty much, hey, this is your responsibility. Are you going to respond? Hey, I'll bite. What are you talking about? Because I didn't know what you two were talking about. So he sent this entry pantry, this orientation pamphlet. Now the orientation pamphlet is full of crap. And I'm like, man, this is nonsense. By now he's out and we're reading it together. And I'm like, this is nonsense. We're not going to deal with this. We're going to light this stuff on fire. So we lit the entire orientation pamphlet on fire, all down to ashes. Tell me why, like the next day or 2 days later, parts of the orientation pamphlet, what it looked like it had been singed or burned, was on our patio. And I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. Like I believe in Illuminati. I know who they are. I'm very aware of their presence and their power and what they are capable of and what they do and what they do not do. That's why when people are anti-Illuminati, it's like, yeah, you can be anti against the evil stuff, but I'm kind of their type of person that is going to say, hey, the stuff you're doing is some bullcrap. Like, how dare you disturb our slumber? And it's like, yeah, I disturb it. What are you going to do? Like yelling in my face. You know what I mean? Like yelling in my face, like, no,
disturb
you're
our
not going to eat my kid.
slumber.
What do you mean?
You just say
like,
disturb our
and so
slumber. Like they're all just sitting around having a big old nap and shit. Like, yeah, dude, we're just out here chilling, and you have to.